call First Republic at 718-380-0006 and eliminate the middleman.
All right, now for a quick couple of minutes, I'm going to speak with Rajan, our loan officer from First Republic Mortgage Bankers. I don't have Scott with me, but Rajan and I can do it just fine. Right, Rajan?
That's true. And hey, what can I say? The guy's a busy guy, you know?
Yes, he is.
Always, I'm sure he's there working on some new way to get, you know, a lower rate or a new program, or you know how Scott is.
Well, for that, I won't knock him.
Exactly. Knock him. But yes, definitely, you know, we want to talk about the great things that's going on right now, Mona. First Republic is always proud to have the lowest rates that are available, the best programs, the most available programs to help homeowners out there. And, you know, right now we are proud to offer 5%. Yes. 5% for a 30-year fixed mortgage, which is an FHA loan. Mm-hmm. Like we always say, it's available to those that have had past credit problems. It's available to those that have great credit also.
Yes.
You know, we don't hold anyone, you know, or hold it against you if you have excellent credit also. It's available to everyone that is out there, whether you need to get out of your adjustable, whether you need to pay off your credit card bills, whether you need to get out of even if you have past credit problems or had a previous foreclosure or bankruptcy, it's still available to you. And, you know, myself and Scott, we were talking about that, and he says, you know, he's happy to know that we can offer such a low rate to people that don't have to have a 700 credit score or higher.
Exactly.
You know, it could be available to people that have a 600 credit score or even lower than that.
Yeah, there was a time when you couldn't get that great rate if your score wasn't way up in the air.
Exactly. So it's something that is really there to help people out. And, you know, Mona, we can't help but address the issue that we always hear about, which is, you know, so many things, negative things that are happening in the market right now and in the economy. We just got off that report we just heard, 533,000 jobs, 33,000 jobs that were lost in the month of November.
Yes.
And they said it's continuing to get gradually worse and worse and worse. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why we're really on the radio so much, talking to people, because, you know, we don't want people to miss out on an opportunity where you can get help. Many people have heard us and are reacting and listening and taking advantage of it now because they realize that, hey, things are going to get a lot more worse before they get better.
Which is why we need to have our listeners jump on the bandwagon now, so they start moving the scale in the positive direction than everyone getting worse.
Exactly. And you know, one of the things I can honestly say too is that for many of us, we get caught up in hearing certain things. You know, there's a lot of hearsay about rates are going to be lower than 5%. You know, there's a lot of hearsay going on about that. And the problem with that, and I was reading a great article, it was saying is that, you know, why miss out on the great opportunity you have now for something that's not guaranteed down the line?
True.
And it was a great article because it says, you know, it's speculation. They would like to have the lower rates. It would be a great thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean the market is going to react to that low rate. It doesn't necessarily mean that that rate is going to be available. So, you know, you have the opportunity right now to get a 4.5% for a 15-year fix or a 30-year fixed at 5%. You know, why not take advantage of that? I gave a great example of another client that I had. She was an RN making excellent money, right? But, you know, things were getting a little tough with her. And a friend of hers said, well, you know what I heard? If you go delinquent on the mortgage, then, hey, you could do a modification and get, you know, maybe a 4% or whatever the rate is.
Yes.
And so she listened to that friend, unfortunately, and she found herself in a place where she was delinquent on the mortgage. She got denied the modification. And when she tried to do the refinance now, she can't get through because she's 90 days behind on her mortgage. So what really happened with her was she put herself in such a horrible position where she could have just tried the refinance first, gotten the 5%, and been in a much better place than where she is right now, because she's worried now because her interest rate is going to adjust. She doesn't know what to do, and she can't get out of it. And that's, you know, the truth for so many of us out there is that we get caught up in hearing these things that's going on out there. You know, a friend of ours or a relative says, hey, you know what? There's an easier way to get out of this. Hey, you don't need to refinance. You know, you could get a modification. But you know what? We put ourselves in a situation where we try to take the easy way out of things. And you know what? It ends up kind of biting us in you know where.
That derriere part.
Exactly. So, folks, the thing what I'm trying to say to you is you need to wake up. You really need to listen to what's going on and listen to the facts about what is happening in the market, and you have to take advantage of the rates that are being offered and the programs that are being offered. You know, I like to remind you of the realities of what's going on, and the reality is that values are going down, which means you might wait for the next couple months to see if those interest rates go down than where it is now. But hey, when you go to refinance at that time, your value might have dropped to a place where you can't refinance. So the thing what I'm trying to say to you is why are you waiting? You should not wait. If you have the opportunity to get a great interest rate at 5%, and you could pay off your credit card bills, or you could take cash out, or even just lower your monthly bills, guess what? Why not do it? Because you know what you're going to get now. You know you're going to save money. If you're going to save $1,300 right now, or $1,000 or $1,500, it's money you're going to save now. There's no reason to wait. So what you really need to do is call 718-652-6200 and find out how you can lock in at your interest rate at 5%. You can talk to me. Go over all the different situations. Like I said, you might not just want to pay off bills. Maybe you just want to lower your rate. Maybe you just want to get out of the adjustable. Maybe you have, you're looking to purchase another home with the fact that we've got, great rates right now, and that, values are down, so you could get a great purchase. Maybe that's one of the reasons you want to do. You want to invest. But whatever the reason is, whatever the need is, you need to do it now, because there's no better time to do it. So what you need to do is call 718-652-6200 and find out the facts as it
relates to them.
Relates to them. It pertains to them.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, make the phone call. Rajan is here in studio. We're going to grab the phone call while we go back to Rocking with Squeeze. But make the call, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to help you. 718-652-6200. That is the number. It's First Republic Mortgage Bankers. They're right here in this building at 222nd Street and White Plains Road. And Rajan is here to help. So make the phone call this evening, ladies and gentlemen. 718-652-6200. Rajan, thank you so much. Let's go grab those calls.
Sounds great.
All righty. Thank you.
First Republic Mortgage Bankers is a licensed mortgage banker, direct lender in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Florida, Delaware, Maryland, Georgia, South Carolina, headquartered at 110 Jericho Turnpike, Floral Park, New York.